Hello and welcome everybody to a Pioneer Masters Draft. My name is Paul Cheon and today we are sitting at Diamond number 4. Now this is the first Pioneer Masters Draft with the release of Pioneer Masters on Magic the Gathering Arena. So this is going to be really exciting. I actually just did a format overview with Marshall Sutcliffe on limited resources. So now I'm excited because I got to talk about the archetypes that I like. And now we get to move in and get to do another Pioneer Masters Draft just to mix things up. Now, before I head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether or not you need to buy that booster box of foundations or some singles to round out your deck, make sure you check them out and click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, check out HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, life pads, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, ready up? I don't even exactly know what I want. I don't know all the cards in this set, but it's always going to be exciting. What I do know is I like aggressive white decks. Okay. Ooh, you know what I also like? Planeswalkers. How about that? Ob Nixilis Reignited, 5 mana for a Planeswalker, +1, draw a card and lose a life. -3, destroy target creature. -8, whenever target opponent gets an emblem, whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. So it's like an arena, but you can kill something immediately when you cast it. I can't imagine this being bad. Gatebreaker Ram is a fantastic Gates payoff card, and the Gates deck does seem to be pretty well supported. All the good Gate payoff from RNA? I don't even know what that stands for, but in the Guilds of Ravnica block, this was good. I really like the blue-white aggressive decks, like I said before. Cloudfin Raptor is great in blue-white aggro, and Essence Scatter is really good in blue-black control. Outside of that, there's Imperious Oligarch, which is great in black-white as a sacrifice card. And then Wild Slash is just a premium removal spell that you want to just play in any good deck, especially because I think aggressive strategies are good. But I am simply not going to pass up a Planeswalker first pick. I don't even know how good this card is, but it's a freaking Planeswalker. What am I supposed to do? Not take Ob Nixilis Reignited? Come on. What do we have? Chasm Skulker. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Chasm Skulker. When Chasm Skulker dies, create X/1/1 blue squid creature tokens with Island Walk. Okay, where X is the number of counters on Chasm Skulker. Dimir Control actually looked quite nice. So that is something that I could also consider. I don't like Painful Truths very much. Tactician is nice, particularly in blue-white flyers. Imperious Oligarch is also cool, but I've already drafted the black-white deck. I'm really interested in blue-black. Now the question is, do I want to take something like Clutch of Currents, or do I take a Jessian Thief? Now the blue-black deck is going to have a lot of spells and removal spells, so I feel like I'd rather have the Thief, although I wouldn't be surprised if Clutch of Currents actually ends up being better. But let's take the Thief. It's got more upside. I want to live the dream. Okay, well, no, you know what? Shift gears. Shift gears entirely. Dictate of Heliod should not be in the pack this late. We are going to take this. This card's absolutely amazing. 5 mana for a flash enchantment. All your creatures get +2/+2. There is no reason this should still be in this pack. And I'm taking it. Not sure what my colors are going to be, but I guess white should be one of the colors that I'm going to be. Very happy with that. And now there's a Ruinous Path? All right. You know what? And look, it's the first draft of the format. So people are still just trying to figure things out. Stab Wound has now been upshifted to uncommon. Pilgrim's Eye is also just a decent creature that gets you lands. But I mean, Ruinous Path is 3 mana. Sorcerer kill anything. And for 7 mana, you get to awaken and make a 4/4. Absolutely amazing mana sink. And hey, look, maybe we'll end up in black-white again. We shall see. We shall see. All right, Blood Scrivener, what do you do? Well, if you would draw a card while you have no cards in hand, instead you draw 2 cards and you lose 1 life. I mean, it's hard to be empty-handed, which is the problem with this card. It's fine, though. Scourge of Valkis. 2 red. When Scourge or another dragon enters, it deals X damage to any target where X is the number of dragons you control. I can't imagine there being too many dragons in this format, and triple red is really hard to cast. I really like Clutch of Currents as a bounce effect, but there's also Imperious Oligarch. And given that we got past the Dictate of Heliod, it feels like I should more likely lean into black-white than blue-black. So I think for that reason, I'll take the Oligarch, and I do think I like that over the Blood Scrivener here. But we'll see. We'll see how things pan out. We'll see how things pan out. Because look, Gust of Wind is a great, great card. Much better in blue-white because you're going to have a lot more flyers in blue-white. In blue-black, it's still a totally fine card to play. Oval Chase Daredevil. Whenever the artifact you control... There's just not that many artifacts in this set, I feel. So I don't think I care too much about that in black-white. But you know, I don't mind Keening Apparition. This is just a totally fine card. Lots of good enchantments that exist in this format. So it's just a solid 2-mana creature that every now and then just kills random enchantments. So I think I'm just going to take that. It's not the most impressive card here, but I think it is a decent card for the deck that we're trying to put together, which seems to be another black-white deck here. Although now we're seeing Essence Scatter. Man, I do love me an Essence Scatter. Not a huge fan of Ghostblade Eidolon. Silumgar Butcher is also fine if I'm looking to do the black-white sacrifice deck, so I think I'm going to take that here. Look, if it wasn't for the fact that I got this Dictate of Heliod super, like 3rd or 4th pick, I would have probably continued to lean into the blue-black control side of things, but I think given our start now, we're certainly looking more to be a black-white deck here if possible. Pick 8. Wow, look at all these great cards. Liev Sky Knight is fantastic. But there's just no shot I'm going to be blue-white given our start here, even though this is one of the best signpost commons in the set. 3 mana for a 3/1 flyer, ETB Detain. Fight with Fire is an excellent removal spell. 3 mana sorcery, deal 5 damage to anything. And then with Kicker in the super late game, you can deal 10 damage, however you want to divide. So really, really nice flexible card, but haven't seen a ton of red here. I think I'm just going to take Ardenvale Tactician. I like this less because black-white is not really a tempo deck, but still a fine card, I think, to take in this spot. All right, moving into pick 1, pick 9. Oh, man, the Gates deck is open. Essence Scatter tabled. I don't know. I mean, there was that Liev Sky Knight as well. But we saw Ruinous Path super late, and we opened up Nixilis. I'm not taking Gatebreaker Ram here, but I will probably speculate and just take the Essence Scatter here. Although, are we blue-white or blue-black? Like, if I'm going to be blue-white, the Cloudfin Raptor is looking a lot better. But if Essence Scatter is better in blue-black or blue-white. So for that reason, I will take the Essence Scatter. And okay, now blue is open. I almost consider taking the second pick, Clutch of Currents. So I guess, I mean, this is a late pivot, but given that we tabled the Clutch of Currents, we saw the Essence Scatter late, I think that's kind of where we want to lean into. We just have to figure out what our second color needs to be. We have Opal Lake Gatekeepers, which is fine if you're doing the gate thing, but probably not doing the gate thing. Artisan of Forms is also quite bad. I guess I'll just take... You know what? I'm just going to take a Guild Gate. I don't know. Nothing there seemed especially good. This is kind of odd. Kind of odd. We have just like solid playables in every color, including a bomb in white, a bomb in black, and just deep blue cards. So now I'm taking this Consider, and we are... waffling, but not in a bad spot because no matter which direction we go, I feel like we're going to have enough playables. It's just a matter of us trying to figure out what the open lane is. I mean, given that we saw that Sky Knight really late, it could have been blue-white. Maybe black wasn't super open. We opened the up Nixilis. Butcher isn't a card that people take super highly, but getting that late Ruinous Path was interesting. Oh, this is an uncommon? I just realized this used to be a rare. Its power level is definitely a rare power level. Wow. This is an uncommon. Oh, wow. Another Clutch Occurrence? Okay. I mean, either people are just like massively disrespecting this card. I don't even know what's happening. Is this card any good? I'm just going to take the Plaza in case... Look, if we end up blue-black, now we can splash red, right? But we got to figure it out. One pick at a time. So nothing great in blue. There's an Ingenious Scob, which is okay. Now it's just a matter of, I think I'm going to be blue-based, so it's just, do we want to pair blue with black or with white? Here we have a Thunderclap Wyvern, which is quite nice. Do we have a lot of flyers? We have one. But it is a nice payoff, and there's just a ton of flyers. There's just not a bunch of great black cards either. Nantuko Husk isn't as good in blue-black because you're more of a controlling deck, and Undead Butler is also just fine. So I think it is appropriate for me to take either the Wyvern here or the Compulsory Rest. And I think in blue-white, I should just take the Wyvern. There's just going to be so many flyers if I do end up that color combination. And given that I took the Wyvern now, I kind of wish that I took the Cloudfin Raptor over the Essence Scatter, but I mean, I think it's still fine regardless. So I guess we're just not going to be black, maybe? I don't know. This is tough. I mean, there is a Possessed Scob, which is quite nice, but there's also just a bunch of good blue and white cards here. There's Cloudfin Raptor and Ardenvale Tactician. I love me an Ardenvale Tactician, but Cloudfin Raptor also seems quite nice. Being able to just curve with a turn 1 Cloudfin Raptor with what we have seems really, really nice. So why don't we take that and just, you know, we first picked a Planeswalker, but this also just looks like a start to a really, really solid, just kind of a blue-white tempo deck here. So let's move in this direction here and see what happens. All the gate cards still available here. Nothing in blue and white that I actually really want, that I actually really want, which is unfortunate. I should still probably put these cards here as options. I don't really like Lagana Band Trailblazer in blue-white. Man, I guess I'll just take Dimir Guildgate in case I do end up swapping back. The problem is like a blue-black deck, Cloudfin Raptor is a lot worse. But wow, that was just a whiff of a pack. Okay. I see. We are getting cut. We are getting cut in this direction. I suppose I could have taken the Possessed Scob earlier, but I am not going to take a Guildgate here. I'm just going to take the Scob and just kind of see where things go. Just because right now black somehow seems to be cut off, despite the fact that we basically passed no black cards. Now there's a Thunderclap Wyvern again, so we're going back and forth. There's a lot of back and forth right now. But Wyvern obviously very, very nice with, you know, all the flyers that we can potentially pick up here. All right, I guess maybe we're just back to blue-white. I don't know. I don't know. We definitely want to keep our curve lower, pick up more 2-drops. Keening Apparition is fine. Sungrace Pegasus also fine. Hero of Erois, okay, but we don't have that many ways to target it right now. All right, what do we have now? Not the huge fan of Syndicate Messenger. It's just a little bit... The cost on this is just a little bit awkward. Like 4 mana for 2/3 flyer is just not that strong. Zawkrop Skirmisher is pretty replaceable. There's a Swift Reckoning, which I think can be okay, just as another interactive piece. There's also just a Pilgrim's Eye that I can just take. It's a flyer. It gets me a land. It allows me to potentially splash. I do have a Possessed Scob here. So maybe that's something that I can consider. I don't know if my mana is going to be good enough to splash up Nixilis here, but yeah, the pack's pretty weak. Why don't we just take a Pilgrim's Eye out of this pack? It is just a random flyer that we can play in our deck. Here, I'll just take another Keening Apparition just for the sake of our mana curve. Yeah, black extremely cut off from this direction. But happy enough with a Keening Apparition. Like I said, I actually like this card. I think this card's actually fairly decent. Just given that there's a bunch of enchantment creatures that exist in the set. Gust of Wind is perfect for this style of deck. Blue-white, just going to have a good number of flyers here, so happy enough with that. And now we have an interesting pick. We can pick the Ingenious Scob, which is not at its best in blue-white, or I can just take an Orzhov Guildgate as another way to just potentially splash, and I think I'm just going to lean in that direction. Now it makes it so that the Scob is a splashable card, and this is a very, very strong card. I don't really love Nimbus Naiad. The Bestow, it's just a lot. I might just want to take another Scob here. Yeah, let's do that. With the Pilgrim's Eye, I just feel like my mana is going to be pretty good. So let's just go this direction here. Don't think I need to play the Gateway Plaza as well. Just because I'm not necessarily doing the gate thing. But yeah, blue-white, maybe splash this. And well, the thing is here, I still have these cards, right? And like I said, if somehow my fixing is good enough, I will consider it. I just think it's going to be unlikely. Oh, another Planeswalker. Okay, well, I can't go that deep. I can't play the Chandra Flamecaller here, sadly. Here we have the choice between Liev Sky Knight, which is just a really solid flying tempo creature, and Compulsory Rest. And given that I have the double Thunderclap Wyvern, I'm just going to take the Sky Knight. Just an excellent 3-mana flying creature. Helps trigger the Cloudfin Raptors. I want my creature count to be reasonably high too with the Dictate of Heliod. I do like Compulsory Rest, but I just think in this instance, when it's close and I have the option to take a flyer, I probably should. Now we have Gust of Wind. Wow, a lot of bounce effects. War Oracle, which is okay. 4 mana for a 3/3 lifelink Renown. When it connects, you get to, it gets +1/+1. There's a Hero of Erois. Currently, I have no way to target this. But it is a 2-drop. It's a pretty good one, too. Or I can just take Gust of Wind, which I think is excellent in blue-white. I'm just going to take Gust of Wind. I mean, I'm going to have, what, Cloudfin Raptor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flyers. I mean, Gust of Wind's got to be excellent here. Wow, what a pack. I mean, I'm taking Jace Vryn's Prodigy. I don't even care if it's wrong, but it's got to be right. Wow, Sidisi in the pack as well. Sungrace Pegasus would have been the other consideration. Ob Nixilis' Cruelty on the splash is also a consideration, but we are slamming Jace. At least blue is seemingly open here. This certainly makes Consider a better card to play here. And now we have this pack, which has Evolving Wilds for the splash, but I do think Jessamine Thief is just good enough to just take here. So good if we're on the play and we're like Jesse and Thief, clutch a current your thing, draw a card. It's 1 mana, draw, like it's just so good. So much tempo. Not quite as aggressive as the last blue-white flyer deck that we drafted, but I still like the look of this deck. This card I remember being humongous. 4 mana, 4. Basically, if in a 2-color deck, it's a 4/4 Vigilance Trample. And if you splash it in a 3-color deck, it is a 4 mana 5/5 Vigilance Trample, which is incredible. But not really for us. No good blue or white card here, though. I guess there's a Treasure Cruise. Is this a Treasure Cruise deck? I don't know if we have enough cheap spells or self-mill effects, but there's just nothing here for us, really. I just don't really care to splash for just a random large creature. I guess I'll take the Treasure Cruise. I'm just not clear. It's not clear that I'm going to play it here. Here, I do need to focus on my curve, and I just want to have another cheap creature. So I'm going to take Sungrace Pegasus here for mana curve reasons. We have a couple of Gust of Winds. I don't think I need the third. I have 4 bounce spells already. Really great with Dictate of Heliod, and also good at turning on the Gust of Wind. So I do think the Sungrace Pegasus is the pick here. And Illusory Angel. Cast a spell only if you cast another spell this turn. I remember this card being okay, but in the context of that set, I don't know if I wanted it here. I think I just want another Cloudfin Raptor, honestly. Just curve out. Now I'm going to just take an Ingenious Scob as just another random 3-mana creature to play in my deck. And, ooh, Read the Bones, Phlogy Archaeologist. I don't really like this card very much. How many spells do we have? We don't have enough spells. This gets back a creature too. I'll just take the Scob. Catacomb Sifter is excellent, but not something for us. I don't know. I'm just taking a Guildgate, but not going to play any of these cards at this point. Nimbus Naiad also tabled. Okay. I mean, it's playable. The question here is just, is it worth it to splash the black, or can I just get away with just a straight blue-white deck? And it looks like we're going to be a little bit short. Wow, District Ride with 3 cards left and a Dreadbore. That's pretty nuts. Gust of Wind? Okay. Well, now we just have 23 cards. Oh, and the Angel? I want to try to play that Angel, actually. Yeah, you know, as much as the black seems okay and something that I can reasonably splash, it doesn't seem necessary. So why don't we see what just a blue-white deck here looks like? I kind of like it. I kind of like it here. We got a ton of creatures. Illusory Angel is like a 5-drop, I want to say. I'm not sure on the Treasure Cruise in this style of deck, I will say. The Scob is a maybe, just because it doesn't fly. The Pilgrim's Eye is also a maybe, just because... I mean, I probably just play it because I have double Thunderclap Wyvern. But it's not super impressive because I'm not splashing, right? How many flyers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I could also play... yeah, I actually think I like to consider, because I have the Illusory Angel and the double Jesse and Thief. And I think with this somewhat of a low curve and a Consider and the Pilgrim's Eye, I can probably just play 16 lands. And then now it just becomes a matter of what card to cut from this configuration that we have. It could be Treasure Cruise, just because I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just don't have that many. I just don't think I build my graveyard quickly enough for the Treasure Cruise to be good. So I think we can do something like this. 16 lands, a bunch of cheap spells, some flyers, a lot of tempo cards, no hard removal, but just kind of fly over for the win, tempo people out. I think this is certainly something that we can pull off. Taking a look at our sideboard here, we do have the Dimir Guildgate, the Orzhov Guildgate. This would certainly be a nice sideboard option if I felt like the games are going to go super long. But right now, it doesn't feel like the format's really about that, just grinding people out and getting them with Possessed Scob. I think this is an excellent card, a top-end card in a nice blue-black shell with a bunch of cheap removal spells and such, but I don't think it really does enough in this configuration. So yeah, why don't we try this? Just blue-white tempo. We missed out probably on a few picks because we started out with a bunch of good black cards, but I still think we landed on a pretty decent spot here. All right. Now, before round one starts, I just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Do want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot. It allows me to continue doing what I do. Access to the Patreon will give you access to the Discord, where we get to talk all things limited. If you want to up your limited game in Foundations Draft or Pioneer Masters Draft, make sure you check it out. All right, opponent on the play, and our hand looks totally fine here. Oh yeah, Pilgrim's Eye also really good with the Gust of Wind. Yeah, I think there's enough reasons to play the Pilgrim's Eye in this deck, even though it's an understated creature and our curve isn't that high. But gonna keep this turn 2 Keening Apparition into. I guess we don't have a turn 3 play. It's okay. Cloudfin Raptor off the top. That's exactly what we wanted. Bro! Turn 2 Harpooner? You gotta hit them with the nice. That's crazy. I forgot about the Harpooner. Oh my gosh. What a beating. Ever just feel like you lost on turn 2? Because that just happened to me. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, good beats. Sometimes you get harpoonered. And Dragmangler's a beating too. What a curve. Turn 2, kill my flyer, and then play a 3/3 haste creature? That is incredible. All right, I'm going to have to try to get some tempo back here. Going to take another 3, but then I get to play out the Thunderclap Wyvern and then run out some Gust of Winds. Yep. This thing has Menace. What you got? Audacity. Okay. Colony ambush for the fight. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's not even that good. I mean, I get to attack them, right? I mean, look, it's good. It's good. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Oh, what am I doing? I should have done that first. Yeah, that was a mistake. I could have gotten in for an extra point of damage. Leaf Crown Dryad, okay. I'm at 4 life, so that's a little dicey. I will say. Whoa. All right, Dictate of Heliod. Getting a little bit flooded here. 9 lands? Okay, we're countering that. Another land. All right, let's attack with the Thief. Let's draw a card. Let's draw something. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I love drawing 11 lands in my 16 land deck. That's a really good feeling. I feel like I've just been getting flooded a lot more recently than I have in the past. Because this, like, just, you know, drawing 7 or 8 lands, I mean, that's part of the game, but 11? I've got 5 lands left in my deck out of 19 cards. Whew. It's brutal. I was hoping to draw something here. Well, Clutch Occurrence would certainly be nice. I guess Treasure Cruise would be good. Just didn't think I needed Treasure Cruise. I had double Jesse and Thief, triple Gust of Wind. I have a Jace. Well, certainly blocking. Did I have another threat here? That's going to be tough. I'm kind of leaning on this Thief. It costs 5 mana to scavenge, so they can't do it right now. Oh, that's bad. Okay. That was really good. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me right now? I'm just gonna take... That is so upsetting! Are you actually kidding me right now? Why on earth would it tap the land? Are you serious, Auto Tapper? Well, I can't even attack. That's so stupid. So I apologize. I don't want to I don't like saying bad words, but that is actually like, I cannot believe you launched this. I can't believe you launched this and you let Auto Tapper do that with Awaken cards. That's unbelievable. That's inexcusable. Like, I mean, this is such a tight, close game. I just can't believe that happened. I'm gonna try to put my... Oh my god. Is this gonna work? Alright. No, that's really upsetting. I mean, it really is. Like, that extra card could have been so big. Okay, well, I mean, that's the PSA. Manually tap. This is... I'm done with this game. That's... Okay, maybe I did something wrong, but I targeted a land... It should just tap all the other lands. Holy cow. That is awful. Alright. Anyways, let's recover from that. This is a great hand. 2 islands and a plains, Keening Apparition, Consider, and the Jesse and Thief. I wonder if I should hold this for the Thief. Just because I have things to do for the next few turns? I think so. I'd like to just be able to have a cheap way to pump the Thief. It definitely seems worthwhile. Drew an Essence Scatter here. We have a Thunderclap Wyvern and a Consider, so. Looks like maybe a Ruinous Path on Jesse and Thief. Yep. Yeah, I already got the removal spells on lockdown, apparently. Just... what you got now? Stab Wound? I mean, maybe it's some kind of removal spell, but... Okay, let's cast Consider. Attack. And pass. Feel like they have a removal spell. Is it just like Golgari all removal? It is a Stab Wound. Okay. I'm actually going to take the damage here because I can bounce it with Gust of Wind. Oh no! It's I can't. Whoops. See, that's my fault. That one is completely my fault. I took 2 damage that I wasn't supposed to. That one's on me. My bad, folks. I thought this I thought this targeted anything. Wow. All right. I'm going to go to 15 lands in the next one. I'm just kidding. Okay. Hexproof, 2/1 Hexproof Reach. This card does not seem very good. It's an uncommon too. Green, green. I guess if you're doing the heroic stuff, it's good. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? This, I mean, what? I'm gonna bounce it just because it cost them a lot of mana to cast, but obviously it's not a good place to be. All right. Well, this draft is not going well, I will say. This draft is not going well. Like, my deck seems fine. The problem is they have stupid Obnixilis. Like, I can't even play out this Jace. God, this is so brutal. Planeswalkers, folks. Good. Good Magic cards. We just, I mean, we kind of got a little bit flooded out this game as well. Looked at 10 lands. And, yeah, 10 lands. So that's kind of rough, obviously. I'm just going to play the Jace and see what happens. I just don't have a good answer to Obnixilis. They just play it and there's just no good removal. Like, you know what I mean? I guess there's Ruinous Path. Wow, they killed my Pegasus. Doesn't your creature have reach? They must have a way to kill the Jace as well. Is it like 75,000 bite spells? Yep. Wow, this is such an underwhelming draw. I guess my creatures are just not aggressive enough? I don't know. Yeah? All right. Well, you know what? Okay, that was another... You know what? I'm gonna shift gears here. This deck is not playing out the way that I thought it would. I mean, I drafted a similar deck to this and I went 7-0. So maybe we should try to make some adjustments here and try to play a configuration where the deck tries to go a little bit longer. So I'm going to make that adjustment here. All right, so this is what I have. This is Desperation Time. We cut out a lot of these other cheaper creatures like the Cloudfin Raptors, the Scob, and the Nimbus Naiad. And we are, I think it's still a little bit too much to maybe splash the Obnixilis. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe we just, double black is just so brutal. But maybe it's still good enough. 4 black sources though. It is a really good kind of win condition in the late game. All right, I added the Ruinous Path as well. This is a desperate times, desperate measures type of situation here. And then at this point, if we're just removing the tempo aspect, are we just going like... What has our deck become? Has it just become Esper Control? Just the way I like it? I can play the Dreadbore too if I want, but I don't know if Dreadbore is worth playing 3 Guild Gates. Although it is a really good thing to get back with the Scob. All right, you know what? We were going a little too deep. I think this deck's going to be fine. I'm just going to add a Treasure Cruise just for a little late, one more kind of late game staying power card. Let's just keep it the same. I believe, okay? We gotta believe. But Golgari getting me good. I mean, honestly, game 1, I felt like I had a shot. There's an Illusory Angel, but... I mean, that's really interesting, right? Like, should I hold this Cloudfin Rat? Because the thing is, I don't even have a 2-drop, right? So, at most, I'm going to be able to get in for, what, 1 point of damage? So, given this hand, I think I should probably just wait till turn 4 to be able to go Cloudfin Raptor plus the Illusory Angel. So, that's going to be my plan here. If I had a 2-drop in my hand, I would play the Cloudfin Raptor. Okay, well, see, that's really interesting now. Because now I can go double Cloudfin Raptor and then have 2 1/2 flyers. And then have the Jessian Thief going. We can split the difference and play 1. I'm just going to play the 1 Cloudfin Raptor. I just feel like getting this Angel online seems too important. So we'll do that. Baleful Eidolon. Okay. There was definitely some consideration to just play Consider. Oh, I can just do that next turn, actually. Oh, never mind. Palaka Predation. Although they're probably going to take the Dictate of Heliod. If I draw a land, I want to go Cloudfin Raptor Angel. Okay, I'm just going to do that. To the skies we go. Need to find a way to bounce the Eidolon so the Thief can get in. Thunderclap Wyvern would be awesome. Okay. Yeah, Rakdos, I will say, no shortage of removal spells. Don't need a plains. There is another island. Let's attack with our 2 flyers. And then let's keep up the Essence Scatter. Okay. Clutch Occurrence would be very nice. Land is not so nice. Big Creature would have also been nice. Treasure Cruise would have been nice. Gust would have been nice. What you got? Even an Apparition. Just some way to get my Jessian Thief to get through, right? I do have a fair number of creatures in my deck. Silumgar Butcher, fair enough. So they're going to sack the Eidolon to kill my... Oh, they're going to sack itself. Yeah, no, that's a great play. Well, actually, it's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and bounce the Eidolon. Draw a card. Perfect. Attack. Draw another card. Perfect. And, ooh. Oh, no, that's... Nimbus Naiad on Jesse and Thief seems awesome. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, Blood Scrivener. Ooh, look at them. Going off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bestow. So this is 4, 5 damage. I can also bounce something with Clutch Occurrence, but I'm at 20. So I'm just going to attack with my flyers. I could have gone down to 2, but that's not quite enough to kill them anyways. All right, I'm just going to pass. All right, they're at 2 life. Good luck. Or, honestly, I'm not hoping for good luck. But the thing is, if they kill my Thief, I still get a 2/2 flyer. So I don't think they're going to have enough here. All right, we got one on the scoreboard. Wow. So they can hit me for like 9 or something. 10. 6. Yeah. All right, 1 and 2. Can we claw back? Like I said, I don't think my deck's phenomenal by any stretch, just because it took us a while to kind of figure out what color combination we need it to be. And it's even unclear that this is what we need it to be. But I do think this deck is fine. We are battling Miyagi Dojo. Does that make me Cobra Kai? I don't know. All right, opponent on the play. I don't have a 2... I need to draw planes. I have 7 white sources in my deck, but I do have a turn 3 Nimbus Naiad if I can find just 1 land. I have Consider. I have Jace that I can play too. Cloudfin Raptors. So I will keep this and see how this goes. Our opponent mulligan, but when Cloudfin Raptor, uh-oh. It's certainly scary, right? They just play anything decent here. It would be hilarious if they played nothing. They played something. I'm sad. All right. Yeah, this is kind of rough. Yeah, maybe this was kind of a loose keep. I have a Nimbus Naiad, and if they play anything whatsoever, like another creature, we're just in trouble. I'll take it. If I don't draw a land, I need to cast this Gust of Wind. Probably bouncing a Cloudfin Raptor. Okay, and we drew another island. Great. All right. Oh, this is actually not bad in the sense that I can go Clutch of Currents into the Angel. So there's that. Okay, that's better. Let's go Keening Apparition into Illusory Angel. All right. All right. Stabilized. Somewhat. Pizzazz. Oh, that's really, really great. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. What do I want to do here? Bouncing this Cloudfin Raptor doesn't seem terrible. This is so crazy. Did you see that auto tap? It wanted to tap my land again. That is beyond bad. I'm just gonna say. That is beyond bad. All right, Cloudfin Raptor. Number 3? Oh, wait, what am I saying? I bounced it. Yeah. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. 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 Do we have a good attack here? Not particular. I guess I can attack with this. Sure. I don't quite want to attack with my angels just yet. You know what? Actually, I should have. What the heck? For whatever reason, I felt like I was on the defensive, and that was just a big mistake. Yeah, no, that was a huge mistake. The thing is, like, then I have to trade my land for the Scob. I guess that was my only, like, worry. Or I just take the 4. But certainly next turn I can attack, because I'll have the Apparition. These Cloudfin Raptors. It looks like they have a clutch. Oh, Nimbus Naiad. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to try to keep the Thunderclap Wyvern as like a surprise effect. Yeah, this can't attack. Let's play the Wyvern now. Well, I'm happy I played the Treasure Cruise, I'll say. Looks like they have a removal spell here. Up Nixilus's Cruelty, sure. I don't have a lethal attack. Let's attack with the Angel. My plan is to tap stuff down with the Tactician and then go for the win next turn, depending on what they do. Yeah, I should have attacked with that Angel that one previous turn. Alright. Scob is good, but slow. That should get it done. Alright. 2 and 2. Is this the beginning? Can we just go 0-2 into 7-2? That would be the dream. That would be the dream. Let's just not have auto tap. We just need to avoid auto tapper losses and planeswalkers. That's what we need to avoid. Okay, 2 and 2 here. Let's see if we get a good hand. We are on the play. Absolutely keeping this hand. Turn 1 Cloudfin Raptor into stuff. Well said, Paul. Well said. Here I will probably consider, just because I really need to find a land. Do I have any tap lands, though? Or 1-drops? I don't think so. Alright. Fleece Me Lion. Wow, that's a good one. I kind of just want to draw a land here. I mean, I think Gust of Wind is very, very good here, but I really want to draw a land. All right, let's play Jesse and Thief. Fleece Mean is so good. That's the ideal start, but I do have the Gust of Wind, so that's great for us. Okay. I don't... Oh, this doesn't actually pump the Cloudfin Raptor. Could I have drawn a better 2-drop? I don't know. Oh, yep, I certainly could have. Well. Swift Reckoning, okay. At least they can't play the Lion this turn. Huh. I'm actually gonna just play this so that I can keep up Essence Scatter. And it pumps my Cloudfin Wrapper anyways. Let's let that resolve because we have Gust of Wind. Okay. Flyers, come on. Let's counter that. We're doing the tempo thing. So this doesn't change the clock at all. So I'm going to actually keep this back to be able to tap down a reach creature. Wow. Paid off. Just, you know, just tempo things. It's what we're doing. All right. They're at 3 life and we have 4 flyers. Even if they play another reach creature, we're looking okay here. All right, we just did blue-white tempo things. That's kind of how I was drawing things up when I drafted this deck. That's kind of what I was hoping for, that type of draw, right? We just didn't quite get there in the first 2. But hey, we rattled off 3. Man, those 2 losses just had me question everything. We almost went 4-color triple possess Scob control. But we stuck to our guns, and we're now 3-2. All right, opponent on the play. We have the best card in our deck in our hand in the Dictate of Heliod, and we have the Consider. So I'll keep this. Hopefully we can find a white source here. Turn 1 Hissing Quag. Am I just going to go 0 and 3 versus all the black-green decks? Black-green does seem pretty nice. I don't want the island, so I'm actually going to bottom that, or graveyard that. Wow. This is how it ends. I could have taken a blue-white Guildgate too at some point. Oh well. Wow. I'm just gonna have nightmares about the Golgari deck. I'm just straight, just the stuff of nightmares. Like, what do I even do? I can play Keening Apparition and block sack to kill the Dryad. That minimizes the damage that I take, I guess. If I draw a land, I can go Pegasus into Gust of Wind, which is pretty good. Nissa's Pilgrimage, okay. At least they gave me a moment of reprieve. Nissa's Pilgrimage, pretty solid card for what you kind of want out of that effect. All right. Not ideal here, but it's our only play. So now if I draw a land, I can go Clutch of Currents into Illusory Angel, which is a nice little tempo. What the I got harpoonered again? That's so sad. That's so unbelievably sad. That's just disappointing, you know? This is a tempo play, like I'm down a card on this, but what can I do? Oh my gosh. So sad. Nessian Asp, okay? I'm gonna bounce the Asp, but tap like this so I can just play out the Tactician if I need to. No. Attack. Are you kidding me? Alright, they had the answer for blue-white, I guess. This is very disappointing. Alright. I need another land here, I guess. That doesn't get it done. We're going to take 6. They're probably playing an Asp. Yeah, the thing is, the blue-white deck, it plays very poorly when it's behind. And when your opponent harpooners 2 of your things, you're going to be behind a lot. You're going to be behind a lot. All right, what you got? They have a Rogue's Passage, too. This is just all kinds of disaster. Man, these harpooners, oh, these harpooners. I'm glad it's not a common, although it certainly feels like a common based on how this is happening. Clear shot? Oh, God. All right, you know what? Can't win all of them. I thought this deck was okay. In the games where I had my good draws and I was ahead on board and I had kind of the tempo draw with the Gust of Winds, this deck felt really, really strong. But there is just almost no world where if your opponent's also playing a creature-based beatdown deck or mid-range deck or what have you, and kills 2 of your creatures with a Crawl Harpooner, you're just 20% to win that game most of the time. And they destroyed us, right? They killed, what, a Cloudfin Raptor and Sungrace Pegasus or something along those lines? No. One time it was just trading with the Angel. But yeah, Harpooner is one of the best cards against blue-white, and we got harpooned 3 times in our 3 losses. But, you know, I still thought this deck was okay. Definitely want to explore some of the other archetypes. The black-green decks do seem pretty reasonable. Drag Mangler is just a nice beatdown of a creature. I still liked a lot of what this deck could do for the most part. The lack of hard removal was definitely annoying. You know, we could have taken maybe a compulsory rest. That's probably the best removal effect. And then Swift Reckoning is also something that I could have taken. That's not to say Clutch of Currents and Gust of Wind isn't good. Certainly Gust of Wind was great in a lot of different matchups. 2 mana to bounce a creature draw card is fantastic. And we definitely had enough flyers to make that pay off, but we just fell a little bit short. So all in all, I thought this deck was fine. I think I probably should have started the Treasure Cruise just because this deck has a lot of air and we do have lots of ways to cantrip. So we just need something to get the card flow going. Maybe could have used one more big thing to play in our deck. But all in all, I still thought the deck was okay, especially given that we had to pivot into this after starting with Obnixilis and Ruinous Path, which is pretty hard to get off of. But given what ended up happening, it does feel like this Dictate of Heliod was an aberration. And, you know, perhaps just like a blue-black deck would have been a better thing to do, right? We do something like this, and maybe we just play like a blue-black deck with just like a blue-black control. Actually, is this deck better? No way, right? Something like this. Like, what if we built it like this, right? Something like that. This could have been a better deck, honestly. It could have been. They just play like one mountain and not play the Gateway Plaza? Or play all of them? No, that's too many. Should probably play like one mountain just to get the Dreadbore if I need to. Yeah. So certainly something like this we could have built as well. Maybe we played this just to play another cheap thing. But I could see a world where we could play something like this. The only thing with this configuration, though, is that the Gust of Winds are much, much weaker. Just because we don't have that many flyers. The Nimbus Naiads are still good with the Jesse and Deef, but maybe this is something we should have gone a little bit light on removal, but I really do want to draft blue-black control. Maybe we should have stuck to our guns, but it just felt like we weren't getting all the cards that we needed in pack 1, and then towards the end, we just saw a bunch of Possessed Scobs. So, you know, this is certainly on the top of my list of archetypes that I do want to try out, and hopefully we get to pull this off in a future video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out once again to all of the patrons. Additionally, check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether it's booster boxes or singles, make sure you check them out. Click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.